Hello, everybody, welcome. What was a psych investigator? Hello, huh. Everybody, oh, so I just turned off so to make sure there's no. So, guys, I don't know what to say. I just feel like it's, I'm glad we can have this like collective experience because it's so like I think we're living through such crazy times. Okay, can you believe it's a Sunday today? Like so many news, so much popping up. So that's why I wanted to do today, guys, because who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. I feel like I would not be able to like wait until tomorrow, you know, to I God knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay, just don't you think it's almost like I'm like to be I don't wanna I'm just it's a joke, okay, but sort of like imagine I'm like thank God, if the world's ending, we have each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like so anyway, guys, so if you just so you know, check out the news that I added to the live stream. So this is the book. Okay, so Cheryl's asking. So guys, so if you don't know, in the last like maybe an hour or a couple of hours ago, the New York Times published this article that is about the John Bolton book. So it's about what he talks in the what he's saying in the book, and so that is like I added this to the as you probably know, right, that he was writing a book. If not, he is, or now he already wrote, I guess. Okay, so but the thing is what's interesting, and a lot of I was like looking at, because I was of course I was like I'm silent, I've been silenced at Twitter because I okay, they silenced me this time because I said I replied to a couple of things because I have a lurker account because I'm always scared, long story, so we have to have a new one. But anyway, so just because I said that Bolton, not Bolton, that Pompeo is going to have a heart attack and a stroke. I said that the rupture, I know what the rupture is going to happen for Torreon. It's going to be a rupture of arteries. Okay, so I'm sorry I said it, and I guess they took it to mean like that I was like, threat or something. I was like, no, it's truth. So I can't say that. I was banned for a week. So I cannot respond. I can't, I can only look. I can only look. So anyway, so this came out, and I was Twitter is important for me because I need to that's the best way to collect, and that's how I have all the news, guys, as you know, right? So I keep track of the news. I have my different apps to like forward this stuff to. So anyway, so what it so the story is that he says on the book what where we already know. Oh yeah, that Trump knew, that he was holding the money, that it's true and all that. But the other interesting thing is that it says in the at least on the article in the New York Times that he what was the story? Oh, that Pompeo knew that the ambassador Yovanovitch had done nothing wrong, and that privately he knew that she had done nothing wrong, and that somehow he had talked about it, how she, privately, right? So he knows that she did nothing wrong. Okay, that's number one. And then the other thing, just to give you, so the article, if you haven't read it, explains it. So the reason why, sorry, I'm like digging for my cards here. Okay, so the reason why, like, so what leaked, and we have to find out the details of why, who leaked it and why. But what leaked was the draft, like, because when you publish a book like that, if you're like a public figure that worked in the government, you're supposed to get their okay to publish, right? You can't publish. I don't know how it works exactly, but it's like they sent the book for approval or whatever you call it. Okay, so this is what was leaked. It's not the final book, I guess, is the version before any corrections. Okay, because the people could say, well, you have to take this out and that out. So so that is what he knows according to this book. So if it's a book, he was right. And he's a guys, you have to remember, I think if I'm I believe Bolton has a law degree from Yale Law School. Okay, so he knows, he's aware of things. Okay, in terms of what he can say and what he can't say. So I've always seen that Bolton, I have always thought that he was not gonna, not always, but I pretty in the lately, I've seen that he would not testify, or that he's trying to deliberately kind of like, stall so that he's not going to testify. I do not think he wants to be the person to bring down the GOP government. Okay, that's my sense. So then, because there's this lady saying, somebody who's a very like Elizabeth de la Vega, she's an attorney. who I think worked in, I don't know if it's Watergate or something, like a serious person, prosecutor, former prosecutor. She was saying that she thinks that once again Bolton is a, he's very cunning. He's a very cunning person, and he may have done it to prevent, so that the GOP would know what he knows and prevent his testimony. You know what I mean? So that he may be doing this as a means to kind of to let the GOP prepare itself, something like that, which I don't doubt. But let's find out, okay? And then find out this stuff now. You know what I mean? So this is significant, but again, I don't know how significant. And okay, okay. So next is, so then, okay, so then the quote of Pump, what happens to, so then the other big thing that of course happened was starting yesterday is that we found, the full video. They dropped the full video of Lev, and I added here to the channel. You could see, you saw it. If not, it's one of the links, one of the recent posts. So then all these questions about, do they have more recordings? What do they have and all that? And then a couple of theories that I don't necessarily agree with, but it'd be interesting to look at. Okay, because guys, the thing about the Ukraine situation, the big question is really, why would Trump do this? Okay, it doesn't make sense. They exerted so much effort into there's so much effort into this. They put so much effort into this. Why? Does it make sense? Like, it's sort of like, why it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you put so much effort into this? Okay, you know what I mean? It seems strange to me that is this possible that he could have, that he could owe money to this Firtash oligarchs? Like, that's what I think. That's really what I think, is that he was doing it not. You see clearly from the video, guys, he barely knows anything about Ukraine. He really doesn't know much. So what is the real reason why he's pushing this, and who is really in charge here? Okay, of like having him do this, because clearly it comes at a cost for Trump. It was a big risk, but they pushed and they pushed and pushed. We think, I mean, clearly there has to be Putin somewhere in there, right? So that's ultimately the question. Did he owe something to this oligarch? Because because guys, Lev and the other one, Igor, they work for this guy. Okay, so somebody who is pushing it. Okay, who really was pushing it? So that's the part. Now the other thing is, so then that's where we look into these theories. Okay, and then the GOP is like, I mean, not that it wasn't before, but they go on these news. Did you see, guys? Tom Cotton, I was shocked. I'm not shocked, but he was like, as someone was asking, so this is true. Like, what do you think? It's not our crime. That's a talk. That's a Democratic talking. So whatever is the truth that whoever the journalist was asserted, he would say it's a Democratic talking point. Like, there is no such thing as truth. It's like a talking point. Okay, so it's like fascism 100%. Okay, like he denial of the truth. So what I want to ask, guys, what I think is interesting is that I have seen that Trump leaves, and whether he leaves by, I see him leaving, like walking away or being forced or whatever that is, or whether it's because he loses, or whichever way, I feel like it's the senators, or the GOP is the ones who are going to pay for it. Not that Trump won't face, legal consequences or have to pay stuff or whatever, but I just feel like those people, the same people that are on these TV shows, like bullshitting, they're gonna have to pay. Like, they are gonna lose their seats, and people, because the Trump family, Trump's gonna go to jail or psychiatric hospital, God knows what. But they'll always be remembered for letting this go away, letting this happen. So you know what I mean. So how are they going to pay the price? Like, other than legal consequences? Okay, you know, you know what I mean. So that's what it is. That's what's, what I mean. No sales, like that's problemos. You know what I mean. So how do I say? Sorry, hold on. Let's just make sure I close everything here. Um, you know. So that's what I want to know. Okay. So yeah, so guys, today was one of the biggest news days that I remember. I mean, we have a lot of news days all the time, but today was one of those. Like, this weekend was crazy, and God knows what Monday is going to be like. But I don't you think? I just wanted to do this tonight because because I feel like we have enough. Don't you think? I was like, I have these questions, and they're not going to go away. Especially, like, don't you think? It's not that there's like have been some very big things, okay? And as you know, I did do the thing about Kobe. I did the healing thing. I actually, guys, I felt amazing afterwards. I really, it helped me, this thing. You know, I don't have the time to do it always for like for the public, but I think it's helpful. Honestly, I was like, maybe I should do it, you know, more often for the public, because I felt cleansed. I felt very energized. I felt like like I was not distracted, or I knew that my purpose was clear. I was more, I don't know how to explain it. It was very good. It was that I felt it was very good. Very good for me. Very good for me. Like, not that it's not about you, but it helps me to, as it said, it was. And then, I noticed, in terms of the Kobe situations, a couple people saying like, oh, what if it was foul play? And I am very wary of conspiracy theories. I don't like it. But Michelle, somebody I really trust, Michelle, seriously, Michelle, she told me about my gift, my medical gift, before it really became more developed. So I trust her very much. Michelle P, her name. Okay, so she was saying about her son, that her son was like, "Well, I feel like it's foul play." So just because she asked that, I don't want to know details, but I just want to know a yes or no. Okay, I don't want to know details, guys, but just because she brought it up, and my sense is that because it's so hard to understand why this happened, we tend to think those things, but I somehow don't think so. Just the same way that it happened with JFK Jr. You know what I mean? Like how it happened. Okay, they went flying on this like bad weather. Okay, something like that. That's my sense, but we'll find out. Okay, so what else? What else? That's it, guys. Okay, is that right? Like, plenty of discussions. Okay, okay. So let us put that huh? Beautiful way of life, huh? Coming on top of my head, huh? As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel protected. I ask that information come only from the highest sources. Only the highest sources. Let it create the good, huh? Good and only the good, huh? The good for all the people, huh? Good for all the people, huh? So okay. So okay. So alrighty. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so okay. So I guess sorry, I am gonna start where hi. So yeah, I am gonna start, guys, where I was earlier, right? Like let's start at the first place of conversations, which is what is it called, guys? The John Bolton. Okay, so I guess I'll follow the order that I had. Oh, and the other thing I haven't talked about, I left a comment so I remember it, is the coronavirus. Okay, I'm not super worried, but let's find out. Okay, about this coronavirus. I have to do, but not towards the end. Okay, but let me go to this. Okay, so John Bolton's book Revelations. I'm just going to read it here a little bit. Okay, over dozens of these are stuff that I copied and pasted from the article itself. Over dozens of pages, Mr. Bolton described how the Ukraine affair unfolded over several months until he departed the White House in September. He described not only the president's private disparagement of Ukraine, but also new details about senior cabinet officials who have publicly tried to sidestep involvement. According to the article, he says Pompeo knew the ambassador was not guilty of anything, and he knew she was not corrupt. For example, I know the book. I'm sorry, the article. For example, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo acknowledged privately that there was no basis to claims by the president's lawyer Giuliani that the ambassador to Ukraine was corrupt, and believed Mr. Giuliani may have been acting on behalf of other clients, Mr. Bolton wrote. So then the questions are: what will be the implications of this revelation? What will it change anything? And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this is damaging, is there anybody trying to encourage Trump to resign? Somebody close to him, okay? And then will he testify in the impeachment Senate trial? I mean, Bolton, right? Did Bolton leak this? Does he want to take the administration down, or is it, as I had seen earlier, he doesn't want to go down as the guy who quote unquote betrayed the GOP? So there's like a lot of questions about this, okay? On the one hand, I'm like, it's just, I don't know, okay? I don't really know. what what is right. This seems like seems big, but I don't know. Okay, so let me do visuals first and then the cards. Okay, so just I've already set out loud the questions I had about this. Is a big issue, a lot of stuff in this. So what messages do you have about this? Okay, what is the intention here? Whoever leaked this, what is the intention? What is the effect? Yeah, so right away I see an image of Bolton, playing chess, like literally, and I don't know anything about chess, guys, to be honest, barely know anything. So he's like, he puts a piece of chess. I don't know what, I can't tell which one it is, but he's like, makes a move. Okay, and then I feel like these drafts, you were like, I was explaining before, that if you publish a book that mentions other people and it's a nonfiction book, you're supposed to get there. Okay, there's something like it. So he sent to people that he knew that were going to be in this book, and I feel like people close to these people kind of called them, and like I kind of feel like it was a setup that Bolton himself didn't directly leak it, but he arranged with others to leak it on his behalf. Just the way that how he talked to Fiona Hill. Don't you think that I feel like he trusted Fiona Hill to say those things? She would not have said those things if he hadn't given the okay. Okay, so the same way, he's like, he's very cold. He's like he's moving the chess pieces. Okay, so so it's like um yeah, because yeah, so for example, so just to say, guys, just before I get into the reading, so for example, if I let's say that someone wrote a book and said that that someone, say if a person writes a book and they claim that it's a true, it's a journalist, it's a book that is a real book, okay, they say, oh, Rosie, she's a murderer or whatever, like, right, or something like that. That's not true. Like, you can sue somebody for defamation or stuff like that, or you know what I mean, like something like, you can't just say, if you're not, it's not a fiction book, okay. So anyway, so yeah, you need permission, I think, especially if you worked in the government. You can't just say, imagine, sort of like, you can't just say stuff, especially if you worked in the government in the position that he had. So anyway, so I see him like making the chess move. He's like, let me make a move, because what I'm understanding here is that he does not want to be the one who says, I am going to testify. He's sort of putting it to, okay, so does he want to testify or no? Because this is the thing, it's like, is he on the wall, or what the hell is up with him? So what does Bolton want? Does he want to testify? Does he want to be invited to testify? What is his position? I want, okay, I want to say what I know, but I don't want to be the one who who took the initiative to talk. Okay, so if he is, it's like the main concern for him is that I do not want to be the person who's like, oh, so in case someone makes the claim that I wanted to say this, I will say, no, I didn't. It's because I was compelled to do it. Doesn't make sense, because for his own personal narrative, it's important that he does not come out as like, he's not known as, oh, the guy who wanted to badmouth the GOP. It's like he wants to say that he was just like, oh, it was the law and I had to testify. So that's what he's saying. Okay, so why did he, okay, so just to confirm here, so it means that both, okay, so just a summary. So what does he want? He wants to say what he knows. He does not want to be known as okay, from his perspective, he does not want to be, quote unquote, used by the Democrats, okay? And so he just wants to share what he knows. Okay, doesn't make sense. So he doesn't want to do like, he doesn't want to make it easy for Adam Schiff, because at the end of the day, guys, Bolton is not, he's not a good guy. Okay, I'm sorry, I've never believed that he's a good guy. He just wants to, but why? But I've said before, what I'm getting here, what is the motivation? Revenge. He felt like Trump does, those, they're all very like very vindicative. So he's saying, you know, I like, oh, this is this is a payback for what you've done to me. Okay. So, okay. So it's kind of like, I know this stuff, and okay. So that's the story. Okay. So, okay. So that's it. So in other words, okay, looks like Pompeo, I'm sorry, no, Bolton used someone else to leak this, and he knew that it was going to be leaked. So he was okay with it. Okay. And that so that he could be like, oh, I didn't do it myself. It was someone else who leaked it. Okay. And that oh, because he's saying here that he knew, he's saying the White House was like, we're not gonna give the okay for, oh, makes sense, guys. It makes sense. We're not gonna give the okay for, you can't publish this. What the hell is wrong? They're like, because they said, okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing. Makes a lot of sense. They said you can't publish this. So he's like, really, bitch? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure, bitch? I don't think so. So when they moved to say that he can't say any of this in his book, you know, in other words, stalling the book that he's like, he really wants, he's very, you know, egotistical, as you know. Okay, he's not, you know, he's not like, oh, like a good, you know, necessarily a good person. But because they either they threaten to stop the publishing of the book, or they want a certain version of the history of the Trump administration, then he goes off. He's like, really? Then I'm gonna say what I know. You know what I mean? It's like he because for some reason I think he wants the book to sell. So because he could have said, okay, he could have said this apart from the book, but don't you think it's a very clever way to market his book? It's like the book that was in the impeachment. You know what I mean? He wants to tie, since he's going to be silenced, and he knows that anybody, you know, if you know anything about Trump, you know that he's a litigator. Okay. So he's going to try to litigate Bolton so that he will not speak. You know what I mean? So the White House is going to be like, no, he's not going to publish the book. It's going to take years for the book. You know what I mean? So because of this, then he's like, oh, yeah, bitch, are you sure? I'm going to say what I know. Okay. So it makes sense. I understand now a little better the motivation and the situation. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So just do you mind if I confirm? Okay. So cards here. So is okay. Okay. So tell me, did he leak it? Okay. So just 1 second. So did he leak it? Weak. Yeah. Yeah. So see, the weak, strength upside down. So he didn't feel like he wasn't in a strong position. So this is kind of like a manipulation, and also abundance. So you see what I'm saying? I feel like this was his way of like of asserting whatever power he had. So this is the foreign secret, okay? Foreign secret that the loyalists knew. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So since he was in kind of a position where he really, if it were up to Trump, he would not say anything because he was silenced already, I think. He's like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna leak it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leak it. Oh yeah. So worried. So see, this is a thought. It's like worry upside down. So look, the people, the group of people. So he's worried about this group of people. Oh look, impeachment, the card of impeachment. Oh yeah, impeachment. So worry of how all these people kind of, you know, involved in impeachment. Literato, the information, like it could be the information in the book, could be a lawyer, but I think ultimately he has information that is relevant to the impeachment. Now the big prize. Okay, and then White House upside down. So it's interesting because like I said before, I do think he wants to bring the White House down. And it's like he sees that if the information he has is going to earn him the big prize, but you could see here that the big prize often is sort of like, it's something sort of like your dream goal, or it's like a big huge goal or huge reward that you haven't, that has been motivating you. So he feels that by taking the White House down, he promotes himself and makes himself look good. It makes perfect, from his perspective, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Okay, so he's trying, like, and guys, you know, to think about you think about being in this position that he's in, it's like crazy, you know what I mean? Like he's involved in all of this, but he could, if he, and this is the thing. So this is it. It makes sense. They try to stop the publication of the book. So he's like, bitch, I'm gonna leak it. Okay, so that's it. Now, is he, then the second question, second important question, is he going to testify? because then we, I've said before, guys, I believe that Roberts may be willing to admit evidence, okay? And who knows what this does to the other Republicans. Okay, so let's see. Let's find out. Okay, so does this mean is he going to testify? Okay, because we're not even at the point where they admit witnesses, but let's find out. Okay, is there a way that he could be testifying, that they could admit witnesses and he could testify? So what I saw, guys, which is actually quite interesting, is that he's forcing everybody's hand. He's forcing the hand of the Democrats and the justice to say, okay, you have to invite me in. I'm not going to willingly say, hey, I want to testify, but you have to make an effort, and then you have to like, there's something where you have to just admit the information. And I see then Robert's looking at him like, oh, he's a very respected Republican, so am I gonna be mean to him, right? So in a way, he gives, how do you say this, like, he gives a lot of, he makes the whole story of witnesses look very credible from the Republican perspective. Okay, so that's okay. But still, I see, guys, I have to say that I kind of, the same thing I saw before. I think when he's set to testify, it's possible that he won't, because Trump might leave. But let's find out. Okay, so is he, first let me ask, is Bolton going to testify just with cards? Okay, just see here, because that's what I was thinking. Okay, so is Bolton going to testify? Quiet background. Money, okay. Oh, money upside down. Losses. Is he going to testify? Corruption. Fight. News. Corrupt fight over news, about news. Exposure of the enemy. Negative gossip. Prison. Oh, prison of the enemy. Loyalty upside down. So it's not telling me. Interesting. It's not telling me. So just see here. So here, quiet. It's telling me here, guys, okay, that it's like this, they're saying this is the big fight for witnesses, okay? That in some ways I do think that if he is allowed to testify, then things get really dangerous for the Republicans, because, as you know, the whole thing with Republicans, they want to say is everything is about like lies. So if somebody who's very credible like him goes out and says this is true and this is a crime, they are in a very perilous position. Okay, there's a lot of weight to this for some reason. Okay, but do I see him there? This is the thing that I see, but it's not as strong. I don't know. Does he get into the Senate and testify? Making decision. Letter. I have letter. I have letter. Multiple. Look, trapped. So it's almost like this is an important thing, because it's saying that he's making a decision. He has this damning information, either about the election or this is a card of also multiples of traps. So I don't think that he's the guy who's trapped here. It's the other people, the Trump team. Oh, look, soon. This is how the resolution of the situation. How it looks like it. Something upsetting news, yeah? Crying. Crank, crank. The older man. This is okay. Let's see. Is Zara? Is Zara? Para Zara? Multiple stuff related to the president. Okay, so oh look, that's it. The Trump. So trapped. So very soon there's going to be very upsetting news coming from the government, okay, about Trump. That is like even more damning. So the sensation almost, it's almost like if there's a sensation here, it's that Trump is increasingly trapped. Look, finances, okay, so increasingly trapped. Oh, Button building fell. Okay. Button building. Button building. Button. So very sad for him, no? Sad, huh? For him. Oh, no, sad. Like disgrace coming from shady financial information. Look, a lot of money. Information about a lot of money. A lot of money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So look, the man. Guys, I wonder if it's Jared. Jared? Is that him? Who is it? Huh? Huh? Oh, look, the young man. There's a man. There's a young man. Oh. Uh-huh. Huh? Huh? Ain't good. Okay. So is this related to Bolton? No. Surprise. So, okay, guys. So I'm just sorry. I'm like thinking here, guys. Okay. So okay. So let me just kind of then reword a little bit and still look for the answer. So does it mean then that Bolton is scheduled to testify, but he doesn't go through with it because, and it's kind of like what I said before, by the time whatever decision is made about his testimony, something all bigger will have broken, something bigger. Okay. And that is, okay. So okay, so what is the situation? Okay, now guys, this is not necessarily related to Bolton himself, but it's about the situations of witnesses. Just, I'm sorry, I have to ask these questions that I ask from time to time, but this is not one of them. So are we going to have witnesses in this trial? Okay, because that would tell us, okay, so okay, offer. So are we going to have witnesses? Blocking, long-term problem, losses. A friend. So an offer, block, losses, friend. So we're going to have yes or no. Okay, so we're going to have not giving up. Okay, just want to make sure that oh look, guilty. A long time. Party. So guys, they're saying here, they're like, this is the breaking point. We're reaching breaking point and it's scary. They're saying it's scary, but they're going to break. Eventually this thing, the dam is going to break because they're saying like what is happening. Okay. So, you know, what is happening is that what was I going to say? Is that, yeah. Is that they're trying to block anything that is the truth is very obvious, right? We know what the truth is, but they're trying to manicure something. It's almost like it's, I don't know if I can explain it. It's like there's so much rotten and they like to put on the makeup. It's like, imagine if you have a huge wound, a gaping wound, and you have to put on a lot of makeup to pretend that it's not there. That's the similar feeling. Like at some point the truth comes out, you can't do it, and they're getting more and more nervous. They get more and more trapped, they get more nervous, and eventually the whole thing becomes unsustainable. Because the problem with Trump is that they won't admit to anything. They will keep bullshitting. It's like their technique is to bullshit. They don't have a defense. So at some point, the bullshit becomes unsustainable and becomes laughable. okay, because it's all out there, and they can't become, they're not reasonable, they're not, you know, their game is like, we're gonna deny, 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 and then they lose when they lose control of the narrative, that's the problem. Because like I said, the whole thing with them, what do they really want? They want the lies to become, to be as acceptable as truth, and it's not going to happen that way. Okay. Okay, so that's what I feel like. Okay, so because what I sense is that they're going to try to deny the witnesses thing is a big deal for them for some reason. And once they start to lose control, that is when the dam may break. It's like this negotiation there. And I'm getting, guys, that there's a lot of people who want to break the news that is breaking is big. Okay, there's a lot of people who want to stop this bullshit, and they're going to risk, there's people risking a lot to that, you know, stuff. So okay, so in other words, by if my sense, this is what I said before, I feel like, is that by the time we, you know, when it gets to the point where they agree on on witnesses, it's kind of over for Trump. You know, but at the same time, we know that Trump, if it's just about votes, the votes are not. I don't feel like it's going to change. Okay, because the Republicans are they continue to do like this. Okay, 20 people that they would need to remove Trump through impeachment. So it's either that there's going to be, if they exert pressure on Trump enough, then maybe, okay. So, okay, so now Audrey has an interesting question here. She says, does Trump lawyers have to change their strategy since this broke? Okay, about this book. So let me actually ask, how do the Trump lawyers see this? And how does Trump see this? Okay. They're like, water, I need water. They're like this. Because it's telling me here that they don't care about, obviously they don't care about Democrats, but they care about Republicans. They don't care about anything the Democrats have, but if the Republicans, because if people from you're literally like, people from Fox News say bad things about us, it's over. You know what I mean? It's like Fox News has to, like, you can't have somebody from Fox News say something, because you know the guy is known for the right wing knows Bolton more for longer than Trump. So it's like, oh, so this is so now what about Trump? Trump is like, he's jealous. I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna destroy him. He's very mad. Okay, he's like, I told him he can't do it. And he is not, because you know when it's happening, it started to happen, guys, that Trump is messing with those people who get mad like him, who are very similar to him in a different way. You know, not exactly like him, but similar, right? People who are like, you know, who are like, whatever, you know, if you do this to me, I'm gonna. They're very vengeful, and all the, they're like Trump. They're petty, they're mean, they're bullies. So it's not different. They're not. They're actually quite similar, right? As you know. So this is like he's dealing with people who have more power, and I feel like, you know who I see, guys, who's behind his, what's his name, who are behind Bolton. Oh, they're all like Trump, you know. Bolton, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Bolton, how Bolton is vengeful. He wants to take Trump down because he was mean to him and stuff like that. So, but who I see here supporting Bolton is the Koch brothers, you know, the one who's still alive, Charles Koch. I feel like there's a movement to try to remove Trump from people who are Republican, because they know they're not that dumb. Okay, they know that, like, now that they installed enough people, can they just put somebody like, you know what I mean? Even though there's risks, they feel like, yeah, none of these people, guys, are good guys. They're not good guys, but they all kind of like now going after each other's jugular, which is good for us to watch. Okay, so okay, so he's a smart guy, and he's angry because, okay, so is this let me just to confirm here, did Trump try to stop his book? Just to confirm, because that's what I think. Once Trump tried to stop his book, did Trump try to stop his book from being published? Okay, and I think this would make sense. Look, he knows a lot. I know information. I know information. I know it. I know it. Oh, I know it. I know it. Oh yeah, yeah. Look, the heart and what he wants. So something he cared about. Okay, so the guy's like trying to. Okay, so did Trump try to stop him? Look, the money, a lot of money here. Litigation. That's right, deal litigation. There's money involved, okay? You know what I also get, guys, is that he was offered money to be silent. He was offered a lot of money to stay silent, but he doesn't want, he prefers to have his own voice because he feels, like I said, he feels slighted by Trump. He took it all very personally, just like Trump. You know what I mean? Like, this side is like something shaded together, happy group of people to, connection. Okay, so on the one hand, and then you have, he knows a lot. Okay, he wanted this thing, and there's money involved, and there's litigation. So you know what I mean. So he threatened litigation. Okay, and it's probably what he's going to do. So he's like, "Bitch, I sure." Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So Audrey is saying, Rose, in one of your readings, you saw the trial ending before Judge Roberts hits the final give. I'm trying to find the. That's right. Recently, it was recently. No, 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 it was recent. Audrey, right? In the recent things about Roberts, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so, so this makes sense because I do not think because people were, in other words, the speculation that Trump was in line with Bolton, and all of the things. I don't think this is true. Okay, like I think Trump doesn't is mad at what he's because Trump is like he's so like I don't know explain it one dimensional. It's like he really thinks that he is going to threaten people and everybody's going to be quiet. Like, oh, okay, because his whole life Trump messed with the most vulnerable people. Okay, so like so oh hi Janie, maybe it's the notifications, guys, just so I'm gonna make an announcement. I've been really really good at posting all the links to my website has a tab that says Patreon schedule. The last couple weeks I've been really good at posting that all the links before. As soon as I post the link here, I post the link there. So just in case, as you know, I okay, so I have the live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Unless there's other something happens, okay. And also I post, right, I don't know what else, right, so to say, but that's the issue. So you just so you know where to check. So when in doubt, go there, and it's to be posted there, okay. So anyway, so as I was saying, I just want to go back here, guys, because okay, just to go back because this is very complicated here, okay. So that's what is. Oh, that's right. I was saying that Trump, his whole life he always dealt with the vulnerable people, like the contractors, the little, even the banks. He stiffed everybody, but he was dealing with people who were not in a position to react. And now he's encountering all these people who are powerful, who have powerful benefactors. Okay, and he can't just get away with threatening them. Okay, because he's saying that the thing with Trump is like he doesn't mind the Saudis, he doesn't mind the Russians, because his perspective is like these people give me money, so I do whatever they want. Like somebody like Bolton doesn't pay him, so that's how he thinks. It's like, oh, a person pays me, I like them. A person doesn't pay me, it's a waste of my time. So he doesn't understand like that from his perspective. Like why should Bolton have any the ability to do anything to harm me? Like he doesn't pay me. So that's how he thinks. So he doesn't understand that some people are like some people are just going to try to get back at you. Okay, and that I think it's also saying that Trump doesn't realize that his support was it eroding, that a lot of people who actually were supporting him before don't support him anymore, or like are losing. Okay, okay, so okay, so this is the thing. So okay, so what else? What else? Let me just go back here. So that makes sense, right, guys? Okay. So okay, so okay, so just to double check, okay, that I had seen, actually, since Audrey brought that up, let me just double check, because I had seen that the trial would end before, this whole thing would end before it would be over before it's over. Okay, so is this true? Is this gonna okay? So how is this gonna end? Or is this gonna what from today's perspective, is it likely that the trial could end before the time, okay, before they vote, okay, or not? Oh, judgment, negative. Oh, 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 sad for him. I'm not sad for him. Sad, huh? For him. I'm not sad, huh? For him. Sad, huh? For him. I'm not sad, huh? For him. Like, okay, just two cards, but these are bad enough together. Okay, the judgment, problemos, judgment. Look, the guy, they're waiting for rupture. Rupture is coming. It's not coming? What? Rupture, hello? Hmm. So, okay, so, oh, 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 losing control, lose control, huh? Oh, public. This is a society or something public. Comes public. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Money, personal money, also boss. Money, look, this is the tower. Money come out, bitch. It's over. Oh yeah. Oh, how White House. White House will control, huh? 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 Oh, oh, oh. Do you need a handkerchief? Do you wanna cry? Oh my god. Oh, oh, oh no, look. He's unstable. Has to go. This is a card if you lose your job. Oh, you have to go? Uh, success. Success? Oh. Oh, look. The legal guy. The guy is that Roberts. Upside down. Upside down, trash. Oh no. Do you have was like me the other day? Do you need to throw up? You too much Kool-Aid? Do you drink too much Kool-Aid? Did you? Huh? 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 So this is the confidential for everyone's. Oh yeah. Oh look, the enemy. So oh, the local enemy. So so in other words, yes, it's possible. Okay, it's possible because guys, I feel like what happens is that whatever the truth is that comes out, it may be so upsetting that 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 he has to go. Okay, but I don't know. Like I said, guys, it's not 100%, but that makes sense. That once he loses control, because the whole thing with Trump is a narrative. Like my lies have to be believed. It's my TV show. It's not like he cares about being president. No, it's that whatever stuff he says, people have to go ahead with it. If he loses the narrative, he loses the You know what I mean? That is the thing. If he loses narrative, he loses the war for him. That's the only thing he cares about is the narrative. If he's not what he says, then he has to go. I have go. I have go. Oh yeah. So that's what it is. Okay. So that's as stuff starts to come out. It's hard to explain that he's so innocent. Okay. Okay. So okay. Okay. So next. Okay. So we get okay. Okay. So no. Actually, I still have a lot of questions. Tomorrow is another day. Okay. But I need to continue because there's a lot of questions related to this. Okay. Maybe towards I don't know what's going to come out tomorrow, guys. Whenever I've tried, I don't know, towards the end, I'll look into the week. Let's say the week, because we don't know. We never really know. It's not right. So let's find out. But let me find out. I cannot lose this is complicated and I cannot lose the thread of this. Okay. Because this is important. Okay. So I think we answered the questions about Bolton and all of this stuff, whether he's going to testify or testify, this negotiation around testifying. Okay. Now, next is Pompeo. Okay. Pompeo quotes he today, guys. I want to know because I need to know how could a person be like this? How can you be like this? This guy, like he quotes the Bible. Let me read for you what he sent today on Twitter. Whoever conceals a hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. Proverbs. Like, is he talk like clearly? Is he talking about himself because he's a fool? Is he like? How could that person see like that? Okay, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like seriously, like what the hell? Like what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you that you say this stuff like that? So what is happening to him? He's like, it's saying that his mind is sort of like I don't know, explain it. It's kind of like he's, he knows he lied. Obviously he lied, right? He lied. This is not, this is like basic, but so then he starts to read the Bible. He's like his habit. He starts like singing like a psalm or something. He's like "Duh," to like it's like he thinks that if he repeats the Bible, then that's true. Whatever the Bible says, then it becomes the truth. Does it make sense? So it's kind of like he doesn't. How could a person be like that? It's almost like if I were the kind of person who's like, I don't know, do you eat chocolates? Do you eat chocolates? Oh my God. Wow, really? Oh, I don't. I never eat chocolate. No, I don't. Do you? Like, it's sort of like, how could he do that? This is so strange. Like a person who's constantly lying, he's like out there. It's like, it's almost like, does he think, what is this joke? Like, does he laugh? Like, what is how could you do that? He's like, no, because he's like, it's a mantra. If I repeat it long enough, then I'm pure. As long as I pray hard, I'm pure. Okay, he's like, I'm pure. So he thinks that if he's like, if he has the ability to say it, that is going to absolve him automatically. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So it's like, as long as he can quote the Bible, this is like even worse. If he can quote the Bible, then it's almost, okay, I'm sorry to say this, I don't mean, of course, but it's almost like he uses it, the Bible, as a toilet paper, really, because he thinks that the Bible is really like, is like, is gonna cleanse, you know what I mean, it's like it's gonna clean up his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, he commits, oh no, but a Bible, here's the Bible, let me just repeat what the Bible says, that means I'm saved. Doesn't make sense. It's like so sick to me. It's like the opposite of, like, really, are you a Christian? Like, seriously? Like, is that just quote something? Like, imagine like you killed 10 people, like, oh no, but here's the Bible. Here's the Bible. At the beginning was the word. I lied. So I can create my own world. Like, how does a person even, like, how, it's hard. Okay, how does his mind work? Because it's a mystery to me. How does his mind work? Denial. Because it's saying that the thing about them is that they believe, that kind of right-wing Christian, that they're better than other people, they're the chosen ones, and they could do whatever they want anytime they want, because they're, in the name of Jesus, everything is in the name of Jesus. So everything, whenever you encounter an obstacle, it's because you're not believing hard enough. So, for example, like, what I don't understand, for example, right? For example, there's all these kids in concentration camps, and yet they say they're caring. How do they justify something like that? Well, the means justify the ends. It's like, no, no, I am doing, because what it's saying here is that, you know it- oh my God, it actually makes me kind of sick to think. Almost now nauseating a little bit. I'm not throw up, but it's kind of like that. It's sort of like, imagine, how like there's all these books about goal setting, right? So for them, it's like, oh, whatever I want is like benefits the Bible, or like benefits, like the Christ or whatever, right? It's like, whatever, everything I do, it comes from my interest in the Bible. Okay, so no matter, like, you could kill somebody, oh no, no, but God made me do it, because, like, everything, literally, they can get away with anything because they know the Bible. Like, okay, literally, they just do anything. And so the ends justify the means. Okay, is about that. So what is the ultimate goal here? Because it seems like it's so dumb to do this. Total domination. Oh my God. Total domination. That's it. Total domination, because they say, when we have the government just for ourselves, we can get rid of the infidels, we can get rid of all the people who are non-believers. That's it, guys. I don't want to scare you, because don't be scared, it's not going to happen. But I swear to you guys, that if they had the government the way they want it, and they could get rid of people, they would start killing everybody. I'm serious. They're insane. Okay, this, you know what it is? It's a cult. This stuff that and guys, okay, just, it's funny, it's a little funny, but recently I realized, okay, yeah, recently I realized that the idea of this whole, the expression of the drinking the Kool-Aid, comes from Jim Jones. Is that right? The guy who took people down to Guinea, wherever that is. You know what I mean? Whatever the country is, I forgot. But it's like he flew people over there, and then they drank the Kool-Aid. It's right. He gave them Kool-Aid. So that's what I realized. I was like, oh my God, the Kool-Aid expression. That's where it comes from. Just realized recently. So I was like, wow. Similarly here, it's like the Kool-Aid is a thing exactly that kills you, right? Like, it's the thing that is like, if you drink enough of it, then like but similarly, okay, but that's the thing, they it's like a cult. That's what exactly what it is. It's a cult that they think that they're going to penetrate the government, they're going to take over the government, and then they're going to get rid of everybody who doesn't agree with them. Like, I don't mean get rid of, like, in terms of like removing it from the government, but actually, like, maybe even kill, like, like, I would not put it past them, guys. Okay, I don't want to scare you, but that's what I think they think. This is because this is how they justify the children in the concentration camps, Okay, it's because they know that those people would never vote. The reason why they are enacting these ultra racist policies is almost not because they're even race. Like obviously, it's what I'm talking about is like, this is the thing, is not of course they're racist by doing what they do, but it's almost like the racism is a secondary thing to their voter goals. They know because it was, what I'm saying is like, oh, people of color will never vote for us. Oh, let's get rid of them. Like seriously, like that's how why they've, because as you know, this is how the GOP is. They know, they're very aware of voting and who votes for them, who doesn't. So they know there's like, oh, America's changing, it's becoming brown. So like, oh, let's get rid of the brown people. So we'll be fine. Like let's prevent them from voting so we can stay in government. So you know what I'm saying? So that is how they think. Okay. So I at least I understand it a little bit better. It's kind of crazy to think about it, but because guys, there's no real, it's not rational what they're doing. Think about it. Don't you think? It's like it's not normal. It's not normal. Okay. So okay. So like 1 second. So let me go back here to the okay. So is he let me just, you know, now if you think about how crazy he is, of course he's not resigning, right? Because it's like it's like this domination of it. It's like a cult. It puts the thing in your head and you can't, you know, can't wash it. It's almost like Scientology. Imagine Scientology. Scientology is like, that's the thing. Okay, so it's kind of like that, like, oh, like, okay, so let me just, okay, so let me ask another question. Is he considering resigning? Will he survive the Ukraine scandal? What do the Bolton revelations mean to Pompeo? How is his health? How will history see his role in the Ukraine scandal? So several questions, but let me first, will, is he considering resigning? He's like, please, Lord, give me strength. Lord, Lord, I need your strength. Lord, Lord. And I, and so he's like praying hard. Okay. But then I see, I don't mean any like thing bad, but Jesus is like, don't call on me for this bullshit. Like he's, you know, and I don't know, you know, if it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, he's like trying to get like, please, Lord, help me. I know I know you want me to do this. I know, because they're so like self-absorbed, and like, so they think, imagine like seriously guys, think about a crazy person like him, because what he's doing is the equivalent of like killing, you know, he's doing something so harmful for his own country, and yet like he thinks that, you know, more and more, you know what I mean? Think about it. More and more that he thinks like, oh no, no, like, you know, all this stuff and stuff like that. Okay, so he's like, no, Jesus. And it's like, okay, does he know? What does he know? Is there a voice inside of himself that tells him this is a mistake? He's saying, yeah, there is. There's like a younger, what is it? Maybe his sister. I don't know, somebody from back in the day. Maybe he lost his sister. Somebody when he was young, he was close. This blonde lady, younger woman, sister. I don't know who, but it's just like, no, no, Mike, don't do this. Don't do this. Not good for you. You know, they come up in dreams and stuff like that. So but he doesn't. This is the thing, guys. A lot of these people, they drink, they do drugs, they take pills or whatever because they can't accept the truth. Okay, they don't want to listen to the truth because it's so much easier if you believe the religion, not even the religion, the you know, yeah, just not, no, I don't, yeah, exactly. Jesus says, I don't know him. No, but really, but he's like, if you want my help, you gotta admit what you've done wrong, and I'll come to you. That's the thing. What he's saying is like, we come to him if he admits what he's done. But if he thinks he's above, you know, he's above the karma law, he's above the heaven law, then buy trash. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't admit to himself in silence or anything. Okay. Okay. So is he considering resigning? No, he doesn't want to resign. Like the voice comes to him, but he's like, no, he's not. He wants to do everything he can to stay because he believes Jesus told him. He's like, you know, he's like that. He's like, no, Jesus, we have a pact. We know that Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming to save us. Oh yeah. Jesus is coming. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So will he survive the Ukraine scandal? Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna say this, guys. You know, as you know, it always comes back to this whenever I talk about him. So it's not that I'm wishing negative things for him, but you know what I see? I see that towards the very end, there's somebody knocking on the door. I don't know where he is, you know, where he is or whatever. He's like, and he's like, I think he starts having a heart attack, And then the rupture, I'm sorry to say this, God, I don't mean, I don't mean as a joke, okay, but the rupture may be the artery or something or whatever that is, okay. So then he sees angels, and that's because he passed away, okay. Like, okay, so the answer is he gonna survive? He may not literally survive. I don't know. So let me just ask from cards, okay? Because I get that a lot, as you know. Whenever I ask, I never see him surviving very much. Never from the beginning, even before this whole thing started, as you know, I never saw him going very far. But so is he gonna survive? Oh, the sun comes for him. The truth. Is he gonna survive the Ukraine scandal? Disappointment. The truth, there's disappointment about his past. The deal comes out. There's a deal. Really? There's a deal? Okay. About the group. The truth comes out about a shady deal in the past. Okay. A visit of somebody. There's somebody visits with a shady information. He's sick. Look, guys, there he is. He's very sick. He gets sick. Somebody, the visit, somebody knocks on the door with a shady information. He gets sick. Uh-oh. And this is could be related to the oligarch or somebody with power and money. This is business. And the legal stuff going down. So you know, whether he, let's just say, like, whether he dies or not, it doesn't, I think it doesn't matter necessarily. What comes out is that the stuff comes out. So he can't know. Can he survive? Okay, can he survive? Can he survive? The answer is no. I don't think, but I don't think, what I'm saying, like, regardless of whether he dies or not, okay. But the bottom line is that the situation doesn't look, you know what I mean? Like, stuff is going to come out, and it's going to come out about whatever deal, the conversations they had. Look, the visit, this is what is almost the worst part. The visit, somebody knocking with this shady information about the relationship with some sort of oligarch, and the law is against him, and he's sick. So no. So no. Okay. So, okay. I'm trying to think. Okay. So okay. Guys, I'm sorry. I need to be careful to not get stuck in, you know what I mean? I have this problem. So, okay. So what do the Bolton revelations mean to Pompeo? Like, he talked about him, how he knew that Ambassador Yovanovitch was not corrupt. That's what he was saying. What does this mean for Pompeo? Is he going to have to, they're going to try to get him to testify? He's like, no, I'm not testifying. I'm not testifying. I'm not testifying. I'm not testifying. He's like, he's screaming. He's like, he's like, I'm not testifying. So, okay. And okay, how will history see his role in the Ukraine scandal? So let's go 20 years down the line. Let's say 2040. Okay. How will he be in the books? How will the history books look at? Okay, so he's saying that a fundamentalist Christian, oh my God, I get them confused. Pompeo was picked by the Russians because his group had been infiltrated already. Like, he had been not mind controlled, but you know, I'm talking about brainwashed. That's right. You know, and the Russian guys, I see the Russians laughing, like, those people are like, ha ha ha, they're so stupid, because they really told them, they're like, oh, here we are, you know, the white brothers and sisters, you know, standing up for, like, the right revolution of the Christian, of the whatever, and then you know, so like, you know, so this is a story, okay, so anyway, so yeah, so I just feel like he's, you know, he's shown as part of the conspiracy. That's what it looks like. Okay, ultimately. Okay, all right. So okay, okay, so this is the story. Okay, so how history. Okay, so then we're gonna go. Then I'm gonna go to the level. Now, guys, I'm gonna ask. Now I'm gonna go. Let's go to the. I stopped because I was just randomly checking the emails. Sometimes I check the email during the live stream, because sometimes people send me write questions on Patreon. That's how I get them. So just Julie had just, guys, an interesting question about, some people have said the thing about Kobe. Okay, just Do you mind if I just quick? It's just this is going to be really quick. It's just a nice kind of break, a little break here, then go back to the other questions about the impeachment. So, so two questions. One is someone's Julie. She said, "I don't get it, Kobe. What happened to the woman in Colorado wasn't nice. I think he was accused of rape, right? Or he raped some. I don't know exactly the story. I believe." And guys, I don't know. I don't follow sports 100%. I don't know exactly the story, and I believe it's possible, or very much possible, that he raped someone. Okay. However, and so this is an interesting thing. It's like I just wanted to say the thing about Kobe. My reaction about his passing, to me, it felt genuine. Okay, I really did feel it, and I wasn't thinking of that he had raped some. I really did wasn't thinking that. It was just like this person that I knew. It felt like I knew his image and I knew all those things. So I'm just bringing up this question that she has. I think it's just I'm just kind of interested to see, like, is it because like I said, it doesn't, how do I say this? It doesn't change how it made me feel. Okay, even though he was not perfect, no, I wasn't thinking about it. Maybe you know what I mean. But let me think about it now. Okay, is it so? How do we see this? Does it change? How should we perceive him differently? What I mean, I just because like I said, I think it's like my reaction was just like I was very upset when I heard the whole thing, but it's important also. Okay, should we like okay, I just because I can't what I'm saying is like I'm saying I couldn't control my emotion. It wasn't like I was thinking, I was acknowledging these things. But how should we see this? Okay? Because should he be I don't know. So I don't know. So let me find out this is situation. How do we deal with this? Okay. Is it what happened to the one in Colorado wasn't fair, but what is the how should we see this? Okay, because I know apparently he cheated on his wife a lot, whatever, but it's not, guys. Like I say, the stuff that I felt very genuine. Like my feeling about the situation happening, it doesn't take away. I don't explain it. It's like, okay, but let me just find out. So the history of Kobe is very complicated. He was Janie saying he was never proven guilty, but these women accused him, or someone accused him of rape. So how does it connect with his image? Okay, or the fact that I still care. I still was very affected by his passing. Okay, so how do we deal with this? Okay, so of course you were affected by his passing. He's almost like such a cultural figure that it's the background of people, of so many people's lives, and what he did in court, like whatever he did in private, as good or bad, or as it could have been, it does not affect how he was still part of life. Okay, so okay, so then tell me about the situation. Should it change anything? Should we, how should we generally, I mean, guys, it's not that I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, he should be like, I should feel like I can't, like I said, I can't, like I said, my feeling was genuine. Okay, how I felt about it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there was a situation, exactly. I'm getting, okay, the sense, Audrey saying this situation was a little strange. The person withdrew her complaint after a few weeks and there was a settlement. My sense is that he was like, there was this woman, she's attractive. They had a thing. And she was like, if you don't do this, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say this. Okay. I'm going to say, guys, I know this is like, I don't feel, okay. This is the thing. I don't feel like he raped her. Okay. Okay. So like, okay. Did he rape this? Okay. What is the truth about? Snake? Hmm? Snake? Snake? Hmm. Snake? 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 Sorry. Like, okay. Okay. So so I think, you know what, guys, this is a very difficult, like, I don't want to, it's, to me, I feel like the feelings I had for him were like the feeling I had, the sadness was genuine. And it's not to say that he was not. I think he was also very, my sense of the attitude that he had, he's almost like he could do anything, and he was like, had a big ego. Okay. So there was like hundreds of women throwing themselves at him. He could have the women he wanted. So it's not, how to say this, it's like he was not very respectful maybe towards women because of like, he could just get whatever. It's like he was very, I mean, I can imagine being like that, but it's like everywhere he went, oh my god, like everywhere people screaming, oh my god, like, everywhere he went. So he had a jaded attitude, let's call it this way. Okay. And he was like, could be kind of mean, and he was not very nice to the wife. Okay. There was a lot of crisis in their marriage. Okay. I think he even divorced and they came back or something like that. But because he had this ego of his, okay, he was difficult. He could be difficult. Okay. But, you know, and guys, to be honest, if you've ever, I mean, let's say, like I told you before, I wasn't technically raped, but somebody left me for dead once, um, and so like, if you have ever been attacked by a man in some way, it takes a certain kind of energy. Okay. Like, it's not, how do I say this? I don't necessarily get, I think he had the energy of like not caring about women and being misogynistic, but that is different from becoming like, it's a very different thing. Okay. Because the attacking women is about control, and is like, I don't necessarily get this about him. Okay. I don't think that, okay. So that's my situation. So in other words, okay, so here. Yeah, so here is the trip, the long game. Somebody, oh look, the one's like, maybe he loves me. Does he love me? He's gonna leave his wife for me. He's gonna leave. He's gonna stay with me. So then the money, the quid pro quo, like, okay, do what I want, or else. Okay. So surprise, negative surprise, sad deal. That's how we made a deal. That's it. That's it. I'm get, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so like, exactly. He had issue because he was spoiled. Exactly. So guys, yeah, no. So I don't think, okay. So in other words, I don't think, it was more like he's left with her or whatever, and she's like, he has to be with me more, if not, then this and that, whatever. So that's the story. Okay. So I don't, and I still don't think that this is the time necessary, but I just, because there's like really some people that I trust that have these questions. So that's what I'm asking. In other words, I do think that 101, he was very egotistical. He was probably not that pleasant of a person to be around if you were not on his level. You know what I mean? Kind of like people say Michael Jordan is not necessarily like a super extremely nice person either. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, but whatever. Like, he's still, at the end of the day, he provided like entertainment to people. He was part of the background of our lives. Okay, in a way or another. So you know what I'm saying? So that makes sense. Okay. So, okay. All right. So next. Okay. So that makes sense. Now, just a quick question, guys. And this is a kind of a difficult, almost just as difficult. Okay. So, then, okay. Now, then the question, guys, and like I said, I am very paranoid about conspiracy theories. I really don't like conspiracy theories. And I can see how the passing of him could make people feel like it's so unfair that it must have been planned. It must have been somebody like, and I hate, and as you should know, that conspiracy theories always work on issues. They find issues that are very meaningful to us, and they try to poison us. Okay. They try to poison us with that. Okay, with to try to not trust whatever happened. But I want to know still, just because several, like Michelle P, like I said, I trust her. I know her. She's legit. We talked before and stuff. So anyway, so is this, was what happened, guys? At the same time, I want to respect the privacy. I don't want to know any gory details. All I really want to know is, that was it an accident? Did they cause it, or is it, quote unquote, people are saying foul play? Okay, so what happened? Okay. Yeah, so was it foul? Okay, foul play. Let's say a symbol for foul play. Let's say a snake or something. Okay, a snake. Was it not a snake? Let's say a snake or like a falling building, okay? Was it a foul, foul play? Was there like or not? So I don't, okay, no, I don't think so. Okay. And I'll tell you what I saw. I saw that like there was a lot of people in the helicopter. Like it was kind of, sometimes when you're in a rush, like I don't think I've ever been in a helicopter, but like, you're like, imagine if you have to take a cab, like you're running to go somewhere. Like they're like, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. The game starts in whatever time. But the weather, there was some sort of weather, like was like, oh, it's a little cloudy, or it was not like it was like extreme weather advisory, but it was like a little bit um how do you say it, like it was a little bit like not advised, okay, like I don't know, like I said, I don't know anything about flying helicopters, how they check the weather, but it was something like not, it's like it's a little bit like if you drive in an ice storm, okay, it's not that you're going to die, you know what I mean, but you want to avoid it. Like there's situations where like it's really difficult. And then I saw that there was a man who was the pilot. I'm not saying, guys, please wait until the truth comes out and they do the examination of bodies or whatever. But I feel like the guy who was doing the helicopter, either I saw him, there was a bottle next to him. In other words, I don't know if he was medicated. There was something, a few things. They didn't have they were going to get to some sort of game. And I was telling me like 2 o'clock, it was going to be the game that was going to start. They had to be at this game. They were going to be late. And then it was like the guy who was gonna, who was gonna be the pilot. I feel like he was, I could be wrong, but I don't know that it was Kobe himself. I think it might have been someone else who worked for him. Okay. And and so it's kind of like, because Kobe, it happens to a lot of really powerful people. They feel like their talents are so god-given that nature could bend for them too. Like they ignored the warnings, but you know what I'm saying, like. And in situations like this, just like JFK Jr., like, oh, the weather is bad, well, but I'm a Kennedy or whatever, or like I'm Kobe. It's like they don't think of dangers because they're so extraordinary in so many ways. And the guy was like, I'm not going to contradict him. His daughter has a game, it's going to be okay. And then because what I see happening is that the guy who's the pilot turning to grab something in his bag, it was like a drink or whatever it was, and then there's a cloud. You know what, if you ever when you fly, you see that there's a what is it called, there's a cloud right in front of you and you can't see anything. Okay. So then similarly, like there was a cloud in front and didn't see anything. And it's like, boom, I don't know what happened. So like, it was something that happened in a second. They were and the kids were fighting, they were loud or something. The guy was distracted. And then like, boom, it was like totally, they see the cloud, the cloud is coming towards them. And then something happens. I don't know if they hit something or however, whatever the reason is, that how did this, okay, then what is it that I see them? Then the thing goes down. What is it? Something. Why? What happened? Because I see that the guys, I don't know if it could also be, guys, that the pilot could also have had a heart attack. There's something where the guy then suddenly he gets like this, and then could it be that he had some sort of like, I don't know, it's some sort of electrical thing, like could have been a thunder or something, where like then he goes like this, and then because I see that it was like the helicopter was like this, and then he falling. Okay, so like very quick, and it was so quick, as those things, guys, they happen very quickly. Okay, and that's it. So no, it was not a foul play situation. And like, I don't want to, I don't want to make speculations about these things and stuff like that. It's just like, it's one of those situations, where like but it's different if you take a cab. You know what I mean? It's different if you take a cab, somebody else is driving and there's a traffic. But when you have a lot of money, oh my God, he crashed into the mountain, that's it. I didn't know the detail, that's it, because oh my God, that's it. Because I see, that's what I'm saying, he didn't see in front of him. That makes sense. Audrey, oh my God, it's so sad, because he was like, that's it. Okay, that's it. So like because the cloud didn't realize, like by the time, you know, it hit, that's it. Because then that's it, then it fell. Okay, that makes sense. Because he couldn't, why did, what happened there with the cloud that he stopped when he got reached the cloud? What is it when he realized he was in the cloud? Why? That makes sense. He didn't know where to go. Okay, so anyway, so this was okay, so this was quick. Okay, it was quick. But I still, I mean, I know it sounds kind of crazy to say, guys, I still don't think that it was like necessarily an explosion of like boom, like this, bah, like immediate crash explosion. It was more like when he realized, he's like, oh, it was a mountain, and he tried to turn and he couldn't. You know, it was not like a big, huge explosion like that. You know, you see those things, if it crashes, like bah. It wasn't like that. It was more like he tried to turn and then he hit, you know, it could have hit the mountain or like, but it was not necessarily an explosion, like a fire. I don't necessarily see the fire. I see that the thing fell. Okay, that the entire thing just fell down. I don't know how, or that, you know, the flying thing got stuck. You know what I mean? Like it just lost power, like the actual, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I don't think it was an explosion of the machine. It was not a motor thing. It was like as if the as if it hits. I don't know, explain it. It just seems like it was like this. He had no idea where he was going. He was trying to go different places, and like, you know, he was like this, the cloud, and he got lost, and he tried to turn, and then he hit something, but he wasn't a frontal, you know, a frontal like this thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I don't think. So, so it's just that, like, guys, you know, sometimes it, you know, you have to respect limits. You know what I mean, of like nature, and it happens. You know, I'm not saying like, you know, God knows. Okay, God knows. God bless them. I'm not saying, you know, like I'm not, who am I? You know, I'm not saying like they, oh, should have done this. Should like who, you know what I mean? Like in a time like this, you don't want to miss your child's game. And that's the most important thing. And he's like, oh my God, he's saying like, and I don't want to say, guys, don't get sad because I already did the healing stuff. Okay, but like it's saying I died because I cared about my daughter. Like he wanted to get to put the daughter in this, you know, the daughter loved the game. She loved playing. And her friend, I think there was a girl who was friends with the daughter also, who may have been in the team. I think I saw that actually there was a girl who died. So like they were best friends, the girl and her, the girl and the team and his daughter. Okay, they were, I think they met, I'm not getting goosebumps. They were in the same team or something. They were like great dads. Okay, it's sad, but they both were great dads. The gentleman who died also. Okay, so they were just very excited for the girls. So they died in some ways in an act of love. Okay, if anything, you have to remember they were excellent dads. They were great. They loved their, they wanted, you know what I mean? It is tragic, but this is it. This is the truth. Okay, so okay. So sorry. So guys, go back. Oh my God, it's so crazy, right? Sorry, I have to rush because I'm already, as you know, not lately. It's like 2 hours. It used to be an hour and a half now because it's so crazy. So many things. Okay. Okay. So now, guys, let me go. Let me go here. Let me go here. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let's talk about the video. This is crazy. Did you see the video? Whoa. Where do we even start with the video? Whoa. Okay. Whoa. That video was very important, guys. It was like tells you, okay, the main thing for me, it was not just how Trump talks, okay? It was not just like how Trump talks. It was like how anybody could have recorded. Like you just came in with your phone and you put it up there, okay? You know, so this is it, okay? So anyway, so okay. All right. So then I'm like, okay, so many questions. Okay. So the main thing is like anybody could have recorded. And the other thing I already explained this before on the comments when I wrote about this is that apparently it was Fruman who recorded it, but then he said that Fruman sent him this. And from my experience, guys, making videos, it's exactly like those. You can make videos on your phone. There's no way, like the file is too big to be sent over like that, okay, especially if it was made on mobile. So there aren't that many great ways to send it unless it's like Dropbox, but it takes, I just somehow have a feeling that they would not send to each other. It was more like and they probably had the same iCloud network, one similar, like, and that maybe it was controlled by Lev. I don't know, but that's how I feel. So in other words, I feel like there's a lot or more videos and they're going through them. Okay. So, okay. So what does he have more? Does Lev have more recordings? Okay. Does Lev have more recordings? Okay. I don't, guys, what is a May Day request? I don't know what that means. Okay. So anyway, okay, so let me ask this question. Okay, so does Lev have more? Oh yeah. He's like showing this image like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like he has a lot. He has. I'm fine. I have information. I have it. I have it. Okay. Okay. So okay. So okay. So then okay, I've already talked about the Bolton book. Okay. I already talked about it at length at the beginning of the reading about the book. Okay, so please go back because there's more information there at the beginning. Okay, so anyway, so he has a lot of information. Okay, so what are these guys? I don't necessarily need. At the benefit of time, I don't need to know all the details, but what are these what is recordings about, and will he drop them soon? Okay, what are these recording about? It's saying oil deals. He's saying, okay, so oil deals and how, oh my God, see how that Trump would benefit. They're like, he's like, oh my God, really? Wow. I don't know. I almost like, wow, I'm kind of shocked. He's saying that he connected also with the sun. He's saying that we help each other out. There's something where he said that it was like, you know, if I get, because as you know, guys, one of the things that Lev wanted to do is he worked for the oligarch, and he's saying here that it was all about getting these oil and gas contracts. And that is why they wanted her out, because it was about, you know, whatever, there's something about these oil contracts, gas contracts, that something that Yovanovitch had done, that she had, I don't know, remove somebody from one of those companies. That's why there was a thing about Hunter Biden, is that actually Hunter Biden was like put there in a way that like other people were removed to put him there, in a way, like, you know what I mean? Like, so actually the presence of Hunter Biden prevented corruption, you know? So, you know what I mean? So like that, there was like all these conversations about getting deals on the side about the gas thing situation. Okay. So like, yeah, so this is it. And there, what else? And yeah, it's just like, how are you going to get the deal? And talking about the other people in the previous Ukrainian administration and what they wanted to get out of it. And okay, and then he's like, and I swear to God, guys, he's saying here that Don Jr. is mentioned as a point of contact. Okay, for whatever reason. Okay, so it'll be very ironic. It's if at the end of the day, it turns out that it was, okay, that it was like actually all to benefit his son. Can you imagine this whole bullshit about, you know, whatever, Hunter Biden? It turns out that it was all about giving deals to the son. Can you imagine if this is true? So okay, so okay, so okay, so what is tell me, what is the most damaging thing he has, the Don Jr.? The Firtash, like he's having news from Firtash. He's telling him that he said hello, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so tell me more. Okay, so what is he? Okay, so let me just see the cards, because I don't. Okay, so what is? Okay, so what? Oh look. Oh, sad. Crying. Somebody crying. No, sad. What's sad? Oh, factions. We're sad because they're separate factions. That's right. Lies. Interesting. I find it very interesting. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Cutting something in the clouds. Oh, we need to cut hidden. We need to, guys, you know, we think about gas, right? Cutting gas. I think they need to cut certain current deals so that we can make, you know, give each other presents. If you cut certain current ties, like they need to disrupt some current people in power in the Ukraine so that we can get our deals. Okay, so here, exposing the shady deal of baby. Baby got the money for it. Yeah, baby got the money. Shady baby got the money. I got money. Oh yeah, look, the military. Oh, hidden. It was upside down. So this is like something hidden behind the scenes. And there was a woman. Oh, woman. That who's the woman? Who's the woman? Mary Yovanovich. They wanted to remove her. At the end of the day, they remove their own ass. So yeah, oh yeah. So secretly, the military. That's right. They were secretly trying oh, this may oh, okay, I understand. That makes more sense. So what is explaining here to me is that Trump wanted to cut a deal. Oh my God, unfortunately, so sick. Okay, makes me I wish almost like wish I could throw up live because then you would see how like disgusting it is. So no, I don't wish. But like no, I don't. Sorry, I don't wish for it. I'm just I'm not joking, but it's kind of gross actually. So anyway, so what's saying here is that the real reason why they wanted to get her away is because she monitored those deals. Somehow she had to approve of it, because if it's a foreign company, there's something here where like something about what is it? Why does she have what did she know about these gas deals? Oh, because if those oh, that's it. That's it. I get it. The guy, the Firtash guy, he was in sanctions, he was under sanction. So because he was under sanction, whatever like he couldn't have been whatever money deals he made, it would be stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? They would not be able to go farther beyond the Ukraine, but they wanted to sell the gas to Europe and other places. So the woman knows, she knows about this behind the scenes. She knows. Okay. And so the thing about the military is explaining is that the thing about the military, it was a way to pressure Ukraine to put those deals back on the table how they were before. Okay, so it was just a way to pressure not just this war on Ukraine, it was also about the deal. Because the whole thing with the game with Putin's people is always about the gas and the oil deals. So this is it. Okay, so she knew about it, and because she knew, oh, this is why, this is it, this is why, because she knows Ukraine so well that she knew who the players were. She's like, that person is an associate of this person, and this person is an associate with the other person. So she'd be like, no, this guy is on the sanctions list, no, this is not. So she knew about it, and so that is why. Okay, this makes perfect sense actually. Right, so this is it. This is it. And you know how like the whole thing with Putin is about everybody gets a cut, right? Like it's a mafia situation. You get a cut, I get a cut, everybody gets a cut. So Trump is always, guys, of course, shocker, right? He's always on the lookout for deals. And what are deals? Deals are corrupt business practices where everybody, why he doesn't want a normal business deal. He just wants a cut out of something without having to work. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like an extortion situation. So if his friends are in the business there, then he gets something, and he's always going to get something. Like if you join, that's the whole thing with the mob, right? If you join, everybody gets something. So this is it. Okay, so this is why they didn't want her there, because she knows too much about who the criminals are. And she knows who the criminals are. She's gonna be like, no, that guy is in the sanctions, the other one isn't. And so they put somebody who's friendly with Putin or whatever. They're not gonna be like, yeah, let these business deals go through or not. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that's it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So that's it. That is the thing. So because and people were saying, yeah, yes, it incriminates him indeed. Okay, and the problem is that it shows, it's gonna the stuff that he has, that it has, the more you invest, the thing, the problem for Lev is that as he exposes this stuff, he incriminates himself. You know what I mean? Because it's even, and I have to say, it's not that I'm not defending Trump, but you can see in the video that he was really influencing Trump. He was like bringing this stuff up. He was like, you know what I mean? So he is an active player in this. He was not passive. Okay. So that's what it is. His whole thing is helping out the deals with the Ukraine gas companies or whatever. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Now, then, guys, before I ask, okay, before I go into the other details about how they see these new videos and all those other videos, let me then ask this question. I don't think, I still kind of, at least up to now, believe that Lev is not acting on behalf of the Firtash, because it doesn't make sense at this point, right? He's trying to save himself, and he's definitely not benefiting the Firtash guy. But let's find out, okay? because that's what people are saying. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, be careful, this guy, you know, he's a mobster." He, you know, people are theorizing that he's making all this stuff public so that they can burn Trump. Okay, and my sense is no. Okay, but let me find out. Okay, so Lev. Okay, so let me just read here. Okay, so could Trump owe something to the Firtash, the oligarch who hired Lev and Igor? How does Firtash see what Lev is doing? Did he give the okay? Okay, so he is not. No, I don't think he's happy. He's like, fuck, fuck. He's like, the last thing we know, we want, the last thing we need is somebody like bringing light to what we're doing to our businesses. Like the last thing we need right now is somebody who's going to talk about our business in Ukraine, our oil and gas business. I do not want that in any way. He is not happy. And I have to say, guys, I could see more and more. Like it's a very dangerous game for Lev because this guys, you know, look at what happened to Epstein. Okay, this mob people, they get mad. You know what I mean? Okay, so how? Okay, let me just see how. Okay, is Firtash? How does Firtash feel about Lev today? Okay, how does Firtash feel about him? He's angry. He's very angry. Oh, huh. Sword upside down. Oh, look, the mob. The mob. Oh, look. Oh, the White House. Interesting. So, damn it. I feel like it was a missed opportunity with the White House for the mob of the White House. It was a I missed opportunity. In other words, he didn't do the job. Okay, so he it was missed opportunity for the mob. It was a mistake with the White House. Okay, but is he angry? Is he gonna try to, you know, off him or whatever? What's he gonna try to do? Message. This is offer for him. Talk. Let's see. Sad. I'm sad that you talk. I'm very sad. You know, look, this is the trip. Offer to talk. Offer. Sad that you talk about the trip. So what? How is it? Is that what is it? How is like at the end of the situation? How is their relationship going to be like? Okay. Weird. Okay. So here's the messenger. This is as good. He's a happy baby messenger from. Yeah, he's been the messenger for them. He was his messenger. Treachery. You only thinking of yourself. This is transmission intercepted. Okay. A letter. So yeah, you know, honestly, I was expecting something harsher. Okay, but I don't necessarily see it, at least yet. Okay. So wow, you know what I'm getting also now it's makes more sense. Now, oh my God, can I tell you guys this is crazy, okay? This is crazy. I almost feel like this Firtash guy is thinking of himself. That makes sense that that he himself is kind of thinking if he can cut a deal and take Trump down, he doesn't have to go to jail in the US. Like he doesn't want to, he's very afraid of the bribery charges because you know he's on what Rachel talked about on Friday was how this guy is involved in this bribery situation. Okay, it's case and how Barr they were all trying to help out a fugitive, but he's thinking to himself, what if I give this information about Trump and I get off the hook myself? Because they hate these things. I think he's considering, guys. And now it makes because honestly, the cards were not that bad on him. Okay, on like their relationship. Okay, so I bet. Okay, is he trying to? Okay, is he trying? Okay, is he trying to get? Okay, is he thinking? Because like, is he thinking about it? Is he thinking of like trying to give out information that would take? Okay, is he trying to do this? Trying to collaborate with you? changes. Okay, so this is a card usually associated with the law. The White House upside down changing. So I'm not, guys, honestly, I think it's everybody watching their back. Okay. So okay, look, the letter gives an ending. So exposing, right? Brings an end. So he's thinking the information he has could bring an, but the problem, this is what I see, unexpected. This is unexpected. So the thing that I feel like is his unexpected business partner, the group of the mob, okay, absent, waiting. So he's out, he's in Vienna waiting for this thing, and he has an important revelation. So that's, I think it's possible. In other words, yes, it's possible that this guy, he's afraid. He's really afraid of how he feels that the sanctions have harmed him. So if these people, guys, they're willing to take Trump down to benefit themselves. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense actually. But he, the problem is that I don't know it's going to be so easy. If you know what I mean. So okay, doesn't make sense, because he feels like if I could do something heroic to take Trump down, and if I could be recognized by the U.S. courts or whatever as doing that, then maybe I could help myself get off the hook from the. Okay, so it's a complicated, it's a criminal, guys. They're all criminals. Okay, so very interesting. No, very interesting. Okay, very interesting. So okay, so let me find out more, because I have more questions. Okay, so in other words, does Trump owe something to Firtash, the oligarch? Yeah. So like I was explaining to you before, it has more to do with the oil. Like, he could get a cut out of the oil business, but now that this stuff is come out, the oligarch is thinking that if U.S. law enforcement was willing to take some stuff to take Trump down, and as a result, like, get him off the hook, he would do it. Okay. So that's, but the problem is the Barr, what I mean? It's true, because, guys, the thing, why Barr? Because Barr is in charge. As long as Barr is in control, he doesn't want somebody to take that's going to make Trump look bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot more people who want to take Trump down, but Barr is still helping him out. Okay. So, okay. So could Trump, okay. So that's the story. All right. So, okay. So this is the thing. I feel like this is, the guys, this is a tough one. Okay. How do I say this? I almost feel like it's not that I think that he's doing on behalf of the oligarch. Okay. But I do think the oligarch is considering this as an option. Okay. Okay. Now let me go more here. Okay. So could Barr, this is an interesting question also. Could Barr have intervened to get Lev arrested as a means to silence him, as some people want? So some people are saying on Twitter also, what if they think that Barr orchestrated the arrest of Lev. Okay. So that, you know what I mean? So let me find out. Okay. So did Barr orchestrate the arrest? Like, does he orchestrate the Lev arrest? I don't know, guys. I don't see necessarily Barr being super in the loop, because this is harmful to Trump. And so, however we put it, because I don't see. So did he help? Okay. So did Barr orchestrate the arrest of strategy mistake? Loyalty money losses. Losses again. Okay, so what did Barr play any role in this? What I think I'm understanding here is that there is a possibility that the idea, the whole thing that, what happened, right, is that this hired, the oligarch hired the law firm of the couple that connects to Giuliani to free himself, right? To remove the extradition, to not have him extradited. Okay. He has a lot of money, a lot of power connected to Putin, whatever. That's what he really wanted, right? The part one. Part two is that it was not happening the way he wanted. It was taking too long. Oh, it makes sense. So I feel like they at the same time, I think this guy, the guy, honestly, I get this Firtash guy. He's mad. He hates being, because he's in prison in Vienna, even though, guys, that Vienna, this is for another day. There was one time I did a video about what was happening in Austria. Vienna is known as, like, it's already tainted with Russians, like Austria right now. Okay. So it's not as if it's an anti-Russia place, but still, he's still in prison there. Okay, so he hates being in. He's not. He's at home. He's not in actual prison, but he's at home. But still, he hates it. He's like, I'm not free to do tour my business. I need to go. I need to go. So he's trying to do everything he can to get. Like, as why wouldn't anybody do that? If you have all the money in the world and you conduct a shady business, you want to get out of there and do your thing. So he thought that by the fact that he's like, from his mob perspective, it's like, we elected Trump. This is ridiculous. How the hell am I still here? What the hell's going on? He feels a little disrespected. And I think that he knows. I'm not saying, guys, this is it's a very difficult thing to say, because it's all very intertwined. I think that this guy orchestrated, like, trying to get Yovanovitch. He is the one who's really interested, okay, in getting Yovanovitch out, because she's blocking the deals. That is a problem. She's blocking those deals because so he has all these problems. So he wants to get rid of it. So one way that he tries to do it is to hire these people who are close to Trump. Hopefully, they're gonna be able to tell Trump that he can give him money, whatever, right? So, but it's not happening the way that he wants. So then I think, parallel to this, there is an investigation, and I think that I do believe it's possible. Okay, how do I say this? Barr knows that he can't. Okay, Barr, even though he's a horrible person, he's not that dumb. Like, okay, he knows that if he frees Firtash, it's gonna be a big problem. He's like, we need some time. Let's get some time. We need some time. Some time. He's right. Like, he can't do all these things, okay, at once, because the moment, for several reasons. So then, but the guy is very impatient. He's getting mad. He's getting annoyed that it's taking so long. And then he's like, he tried the thing through Trump, through the getting her out or whatever. And then there's another part of it, which is like, and so what they're investigating is Giuliani, right? But at the same time, Barr knows the danger that this guy poses, because he's guys, as you know, the mob, they don't play around. They don't play. Once you do business with the mob, they own you. They feel like, what the hell? Why should I wait? I don't understand, why should I wait for him? I pay for him. I pay for bullshit. I pay for whore he like, and now I have to sit here like prison. He's the criminal. Trash. He's furious. Like, he's right. you know this guy talks faster than the other. He's like, oh, he's very like that. Like, he's like, oh, I pay for the guy, do the money. Like, he's right. In a way, he's right, because he's financed the lifestyle of Trump, and now the guy is like, he's Jesus Christ. Give me a break. He's right. He's like, give me a break. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the motherfucker down. Like, he's right. I'm with. I mean, not like, but I can understand where he's coming from. You know what I mean? That he pays the guy, does business with him. He's like a mobster boy toy, whatever. And now he's like, preaching to us that he's like some guy who's like above. Okay. So it makes sense that the Russians were pushing hard on this, because the guy is powerful. Okay. This guy is not like a small time guy. No, he's saying that, it's telling me, guys, and you can see, actually, I remember reading this, that this Firtash dude he controls the oil, and like, he controls Ukraine, or like, there's something about he controls the pathway of oil and gas. Not oil, but mostly gas. Okay. So this guy, he's a big tough guy. He's like, why are you messing with me? I pay him, I do things, whatever. Like, he's furious. He feels like Trump is little. He's shitty, and he's garbage. Okay. And so this is why. And I think that the reason, and now it explains a little bit more about Lev, because Lev also feels that I am friends with the guy. I'm friends with a Russian guy Why do I have to care about? He doesn't have respect because, as you know, in the hierarchy of the mob, Trump is not high. He's not very high. He's not as high as the actual mobster. He's a guy who owes money to the mob so they could do whatever. So in other words, they don't respect him that much. And yet there he is having, so it drives them crazy that he has more power now. Like, even though he kind of tries to help them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't, he's like, he doesn't understand that I'm the most, he's true. He is very powerful. And then he's like not doing what he wants. So in other words, it's possible. Okay. I'm not saying, does it make sense? Guys, that like, it's not that I want him, I want Lev to get away with this. I want him to do all of this. But does it make sense? I feel like it's not that he's an angel, it's not that he's a great guy. It's a little clearer to me why. Okay, so is them okay, let me just ask this. Has the Russian mob put a hit out on Lev? Okay, because that would also, it's also a way for us to understand, like, this is why when the cards were so positive, I'm like, oh, weird. But has the Russian, that's what tell us how they feel about him for real. Like, if he had betrayed the Russian mob, then there will be a hit on his head. Okay, so so let's see. Has the Russian mob put out a hit on Lev's head? Oh, he's very the world. Dead. Okay, so no, I don't see. Not necessarily exposing the lies. Okay. So wow, I'm surprised here. Okay. So in other words, the Russian mob is breaking with Trump. Yes, it makes sense. Exposing the lies. He's a friend. He's a friend. He's a friend. He's a friend. Oh yeah, he's a friend. He's a friend. Hmm. He's a friend. So okay. Wow, I'm surprised, guys. I'm surprised. Theft, cheating. Oh, look, a lot of money upside down. There's a lot of money behind. That's right. Stolen money over here. Oh, yeah. so, guys, this, wow, very interesting for America. Very interesting. So, yes, so it's possible. Okay. So, that's why. So no, there's no hit on Lev from the Russian mob. The Russian mob is annoyed at Trump because he had, from their perspective, he hasn't helped the brother out, and they stand because essentially, guys, the big thing they have against Trump is that Trump, it doesn't respect the hierarchy that they have, because Trump is a toy. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to not care about anybody. Just help the guy out. Forget about excuses. Forget about it. Just help him out, and he's too incompetent, they think. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so in other words, it's true what he's saying, and I think he needs help. But as you know, guys, what is Trump without the mob? He's nothing. That's why he's sort of powerless to stop. Other than this, okay, he's sort of powerless, and that's why Giuliani keeps, he feels so confident because he has the mob behind him. You know what I mean? Like, the client is the mob. So so you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, okay, next. Okay, just quickly, guys. Now I'm very tired. 2 hours, okay? Okay, so GOP senators are getting more and more unhinged on television. How will history see Tom Cotton, for example? Tom Cotton, when confronted with the truth, he will only say this is a Democratic talking point. How I have seen how if Trump leaves the way I saw, it's the GOP senators who will be left holding the bag. Will their constituents ever turn them? Because, guys, it's getting more and more ridiculous. Okay, with the GOP senator. This is the last question. Then I'll go. Okay, like 3 more minutes. So, what is wrong with these people? Like, I know they're like lying through their teeth. They're pretending like nothing is happening. But ultimately, if Trump leaves, like, they're gonna be the ones who have to explain how the hell did, what for? What was this for? So let's just focus on Tom Cotton because it's the one, but so what's happening to him? He's like, no, I'm just gonna go sit there and we're almost there, almost there. So what happens? I see, they just don't have a plan B, okay? Because I see them like, what? Eventually getting a phone call. Like, what the hell are they gonna do? They bought into this like hook and sinker, you know what I mean? And they don't have a plan B. They're just kind of out of it. Like, what? Like, oh, mm-hmm. Oh, you know what, guys? I see. You know who I see now? The guy Firtash. I still see him. He's saying, I put him up, bring him down. I put you up, I bring you down. So you know what I mean? So in other words, the GOP, even though they're the ones defending Trump, they're not really the ones in charge. It's the Russian mob in charge. So if you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, it may be that the Russian mob is all, you know what I mean? So anyway, so that's the story, guys. Oh my God. Oh look, justice upside down for him. Let me just see here. Oh yeah, sad for him. Oh look, what happens to Tom Cotton? Look, justice upside down for him. He's the maid. He's made. He's the maid. Very sad. Look, sad. He's key, important information. So no, it's not good for not good for him. No. No. Okay. So that's the story, all right? Okay. So that's the story. Okay. So good night, guys. This was too much. I hope I believe, you know, if something happens tomorrow that I won't, because I'm afraid I don't want to overextend myself because there's too many news. Okay. But today was very good. I thought today is very interesting. So sorry so long. Okay. But that's the story, all right? So see you later, alligators. Okay? So okay, good night. See you later. Okay, so yeah, okay. Bye. Oh, stop. Okay.